Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today I've decided that because of the most recent update we are actually going to do career mode. I know there's the test center in my original world, but I've decided to make the Kerbal Space Administration. I've already done some, so I know what I'm doing because there's now science involved in research and development. Look at all this. Look at that. So these are the parts you start out with, because I already have other parts unlocked, so I just want to show you. So the basic command pod, basic engine, basic solid fuel, basic fuel tank, modular girder segment, communitron, and parachute. Okay, so then you can get to here by getting science points, which I'll show you how to get in a minute. And you get these kind of things, and you can go down here and get these things, and go up here and get these things. So right now, I'm working towards this, which is a rechargeable battery pack, Science Junior, and a new comm thingy majiggy. Anyway, so this is 45 science. Right now I have 24. So obviously you're going to be wondering how I get science. Well, let's just have a look, shall we? So we're going to make a rocket. Okay, phone rings. Have to go answer it. Okay, anyway, so we're going to start with the basic blah 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 command pod. That's the one, command pod Mark 1. We're going to go with these fuel tanks. We're going to put on 4. Okay, maybe actually we're going to do this to start out with. Little engine. And then I managed to unlock stack decouplers. We'll start the actual rocket. There we go, and we'll put this one because it's better than this one. Alright, so now we're going to need science stuff. So one of the things we're going to need is a communitron, which we'll put right there. Doesn't matter where it is as long as it's connected. And then we'll put the mystery goo containment unit, which has a property that, depending on what atmosphere you're in, what gravity you have, it changes, you know, like how it feels, and you get different science based on its different feelings. Oh, by the way, this is sub-assembly, so I could drag like from here down into there and it would be saved. So yeah. So we're gonna go and get 4 of these radial decouplers down here. Okay, right there. Yeah, there we go. Wants to connect. Alright, then we're going to need some solid fuel boosters with NOSCons on top. Yes, I said NOSCons, deal with it. Okay, and then we're going to need wings, and wings for somewhat stability. And anything else? I'm sure there's something I'm missing. Parachute, that's quite important. We'll put lots of... Okay, maybe if it would stop being annoying. There we go. Parachutes. Parachutes. There we go. Now they've got plenty of parachutes. So these launch, these go, and then the bottom launches, this goes, and then we definitely need to move this down. Okay, so we're going to call this one... we've already got the line of Kerbal planes, so this one can be Researcher 1 or I. There we go, we're launching. So they've updated SAS to make it more stable. I don't actually know how well you're going to be able to hear me. I didn't turn the sound down. It's going to be the same as last time. So if you can't hear me during the flight, that's terrible. But there's nothing I can do about that now, because if I try and change the sound, it's going to crash the game. I know. I don't know if they fix that. I don't really feel like finding out right now. But what I'm going to basically be doing during the launch, is right-clicking on the crew hatch, going to crew report. So this is the assessment of the situation, blah blah blah. It'll say some random thing here like, we're in space, we can see the waves of Kerbin, and you can see that has a scientific value. So I can transmit right now 100% of the value, and it's going to use almost all of my electric charge, but the electric charge will be recharged when the rocket engine is going, much like your car battery is recharged while you're driving. So we're going to observe the mystery goo. And as you can see, the scientific value is 3. But because I can only transmit up to 5 mits at a time, or mites, I'm only going to get around 40% of this value. And I can't really transfer it now because that takes up more than 50 electric charge, which is why I'm trying to go for those rechargeable batteries. So anyway, I will launch us up and we'll see what happens. So we're making a pretty good speed here, 140 meters per second, leaving the surface. I'll zoom out, that should lower the volume a little bit. I'll fix the balance issues for next week. But this is great, we're back in Kerbal. We can actually do things properly now that there's a career mode. The only thing they pretty much implemented is the career mode. Like, it's sandbox, but with unlocking things. You don't need to pay for things yet, but I assume they will be adding that at some point. Here, you spinning rocket. Okay, go straight. Stay straight. Sounds like I'm insulting a gay person. I apologize. Go straight and stay straight, son. We don't like you. Keep in mind, I have nothing against anyone. Unless you're a Republican that reads things while Congress is trying to go underway. Anyway, enough about our terrible system of government. We are 22,000 meters up. Why am I not the focus? I should be the focus. Why am I not the focus? Okay, I've already managed to break it. Okay, anyway, we're just going to go as high up as we can, and we're going to send crew reports the whole way. Now you can see I've been in this area before because the scientific value is utter poop. And for this we're going to reset the canister and see what the mystery goo is like at this altitude. As you can see, I've gotten here too. I remember this message. The next message when we get into spaces, it will have formed into a ball, and it's getting fragile. Or brittle, or whatever the term is. Now we're going to go up as high as we can to break new heights, because I really need some new data, and of course I managed to get it focused on Kerbal somehow. Okay, anyway, so we're going to see how high we can get. We're going to get quite high. I don't mean that in the drug sense. Actually, we're going to... No, you know what? We're going to keep going higher. I would have orbited, but I've already done that. I've already been there. Okay. So we're getting quite high now. Almost at 100,000 meters. Let's see what the goo says at this altitude. Comes into a sphere. Now, I've only done this one a few times, but it's still utter crap, so we're gonna wait. Let's see the crew report. Yeah. Get a little farther out. Like, let's get to 500,000. I haven't been over 400,000 in this mode yet. So we'll get as high as this fuel... Actually, we'll get as high as this fuel will take us. Okay. Use our little engine, which will actually get us a lot farther than you think, because it's tiny. Look how fast that's going. Okay, so now we're going to power down right now and head up. Okay. So now we are at the altitude almost... We're at 3.25 That made no sense at all the way I said that. Okay, we'll observe the mystery goo up here. Ah, goo feels right at home. Now this is some good science. So now we are going to run out of power, so I will have to charge it up while we're doing this. should be charging. Why is it not charging? Okay, it doesn't feel like charging apparently. What's our crew report? We're going to keep this data, and we're going to observe it, and we're going to keep all of this data. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward till we get all the way up, and come all the way back down. Okay, so now you can see I don't have enough electric charge to send the rest of the messages. So, this is where knowing how to properly land back on a planet comes in handy, especially when it's dark like this for some reason. It's dark today. I should activate the parachute layer. Okay, so I've got 3 parachutes, which is good. And we are going to land in the ocean, but that's fine. Okay, maybe it's not fine. Of course. So what happened there is the parachutes did not work for some stupid reason. And I know what that reason is. Okay. Well, we gotta edit this now. Now that we lost all that scientific data. So now I know that we need to add another decoupler here. Because this was our demise. The ship was too heavy for even those 3 parachutes. It was a little ridiculous, but, you know. Okay, so this is going to be Researcher 2. I will launch this off, get some science, and then come back. Alright, so we're coming in for the landing. As you can see, we've detached the fuel and everything. We've got some information stored, and hopefully we should be able to make a clean landing this time. As we've got nothing that can pull us down. Once the parachute's open, we should be going somewhere between 9 and 7 or 8 meters per second. We're slowing. They should open somewhere soon. There we are. Oh, we're good. We're actually going really slow. Only 4.3 meters per second. Which means it's going to take a while for us to land. Although, actually, we are next to a hill, so it won't actually take that long. Palger Kerman. Or Patger? Yeah, Patger. Hi. Yeah, Patger Kerman. Don't name your kids Patger. We're 42 kilometers away. Okay. And now we got this new button. We can just recover the vessel right away. And we'll be able to see how much science we have. We have 43. And how much do we need for this expansion? 45, of course. Well. Oh yeah. Oh, you can rotate this. I didn't realize you could actually do this in game. I thought it was just in the trailer. Oh, okay. So that's pretty much the basics of what we're going to be doing now. We're going to be unlocking things that will be more interesting than me just building rockets. So anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching. My name is Johan Farley. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on Kerbal Space Program.